The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. When two brothers are coming together, we need to be happy. But in this case, must we be happy? They say the teeth may smile, but the heart remains a forest. Just days ago, in the heart of Ouagadougou, a pen touched paper. Ghana and Burkina Faso, two neighbors with very different paths, just signed a massive 7-point security and trade pact. On the surface, it's about cooperation. But in the smoke-filled rooms of West African geopolitics, people are asking one dangerous question. Can Captain Ibrahim Traore are all in all the savior, the protector, the unifier really trust Ghana? While Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have kicked out the French and turned their backs on the West, Ghana is playing a different game. Ghana is the golden boy of the West, hosting what many call backdoor for foreign interest. Is this a new era of African unity, or the Trojan horse already inside the gates? Let's look at the facts. Foreign Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa and the Burkinabe leadership just reactivated a commission that was dead for 6 years. They are talking about joint counter-terrorism, intelligence sharing, securing the trade corridors. Why now? Because the fire is at the doorstep. The Titao massacre just days ago, where Ghanaian traders lost their lives, proved one thing: when your neighbor's house is on fire, you don't ask for the price of water. But here is where the suspense builds. Burkina Faso is part of AES, the alliance of the Sahel states. They divorced ECOWAS. They have told France to, allez, go. They are building a wall against Western influence. So, why are they hugging Ghana? Ghana is still part of the ECOWAS bloc. Is Ghana ready to move out of ECOWAS? Here is the elephant in the room. The AES, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso view the French and the US military presence as the vultures of progress. They believe these powers are the ones funding the very instability they claim to fight. And where is the base of operations? Critics point to Ghana. While the Ghanaian government denies having permanent foreign bases, the 2018 US-Ghana military deal allows US forces to use Ghanaian facilities, move cargo without inspection, and use radio spectrums freely.
The Ouagadougou-Accra axis is becoming more dynamic. The 13th session of the large Joint Cooperation Commission between Burkina Faso and Ghana was held on February 20th in Ouagadougou. The event saw the signing of this cooperation agreement covering various socio-economic sectors. Salifou Beleme and Oumou Sissé enlighten us further.
The Ouagadougou-Accra axis is becoming more dynamic, and the bonds of friendship and fraternity are being strengthened with the holding of this 13th session of the Joint Cooperation Commission between Burkina Faso and the Republic of Ghana, a session that follows the one held in 2018 in Accra. Today, under the leadership of Presidents John Dramani Mahama and Captain Ibrahim Traore, the focus is on structuring and deepening bilateral cooperation between the two countries with the signing of this cooperation agreement.
We have signed an agreement on mutual recognition.
Under these agreements, there is the agreement related to the driver's license. We know that along the Tema and Ouagadougou corridor, there are always problems in this area, and our drivers have complained several times. And this agreement helps boost intra-African trade. And you know that the is found with us in Ghana, And that's why we set an example through this agreement. There was also the agreement on road transport and transit. There was also an agreement signed regarding the cultivation and production of narcotics.
In addition, an agreement on cooperation in disaster prevention and management and humanitarian crisis is signed, as well as a memorandum of understanding regarding the establishment of a joint commission for the reaffirmation of the Burkina Faso-Ghana border. These agreements, far from being mere texts, must transform into actions and actions into concrete impacts for the populations. At least this is the intention of the foreign ministers of Ghana and Burkina Faso.
This joint commission, beyond the instruments we have signed, is a signal to the people of Burkina, to the people of Ghana, to say that we have convergent leadership, we have shared visions between the leaders of our countries. We are aware of a shared future on which we must work hand in hand. Signing is good, but we truly need to implement, and that is what is expected. It is a step, and for us, this step is the first step of the stairs we must climb together.
The Ghanaian and Burkinabe populations are expecting economic opportunities, enhanced security, facilitated mobility, and smoother trade exchanges, emphasizes the head of the Burkinabe Foreign Affairs Department. To achieve this, Karamoko Jean-Marie Traoré advocates for ambitious, structured, realistic, and results-oriented cooperation.
To the Sahelian eye, Ghana is the land of the free, but also the land of the bees. If Ghana is sharing intelligence with Burkina Faso today, who is Ghana sharing that same intelligence with tomorrow? You cannot run with the leopard and hunt with the hounds. Is Ghana acting as a bridge for peace or a listening post for Washington and Paris? The suspense is unaliving the streets. Many Africans see the AES as the true revolutionaries. They see Ghana as the diplomats. If Ghana is truly hosting the people who want to see the AES fail, then this new security pact is a dangerous game of poker. Imagine, Burkina Faso gives Ghana coordinates of an insurgent hideout. If that information passes through a partner base in Accra before it reaches the field, who is really in control? But wait, there's another side. Ghana's new leadership under John Dramani Mahama is pushing a resilient Africa. They are building a 200 megawatt power plant for Burkina Faso. They are moving 325-ton engines across the border to fight up Ouagadougou. 325-ton engine across the border to fight up Ouagadougou. The hand that gives is always above the hand that receives. Maybe Ghana isn't a traitor. Maybe Ghana is the only one who can talk to both the revolutionaries and the superpowers to keep the region from exploding. West Africa is at a crossroad. The AES is building a new world. Ghana is trying to keep the old doors open while building new bridges. But remember the proverb, the lizard that jumped from the high Iroko tree said, he will praise himself if no one else did. Burkina Faso is praising itself for its sovereignty. Ghana is praising itself for its stability. In the middle of this security pact lies a seed of doubt. Is Ghana the brother who brings the light? The brother who brings the light? Or the informant who brings the storm? The ink is dry, but the eyes of the Sahel are watching. In this game of thrones, there are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. What do you think? Is Ghana A one to bring the peace we are looking for West Africa, or is the start of a real African brotherhood that will finally end the terror in the Sahel? Drop your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is the latest Dodging One, keeping you updated on the pulse of the motherland. To understand why Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are looking at Ghana with one eye closed, you have to look at the 2018 US-Ghana military agreement. This isn't just a handshake, it's a meter key. Let's look at Article 5. It says, Ghana provides unimpeded access to and use of agreed facilities and areas to US forces. Wait, what does unimpeded mean? It means the US doesn't need to ask permission every time they want to move. In the ears of the AES, Alliance of the Sahel States, unimpeded sounds like uncontrolled. Then there is Article 12. The US is allowed to use the radio spectrum for free. They can run their own telecommunication systems without Ghanaian oversight. In the world of modern warfare, he who controls the frequency controls the war. So, if the US is intercepting signals from the Sahel from a base in Ghana, and Ghana has no right to see what they are doing, is Ghana really a neutral neighbor? This is the part that makes the Burkinabe revolutionary heart boil. According to the agreement, US military personnel in Ghana have diplomatic immunity. If a US drone operator in Ghana makes a mistake or a calculated move that strike a target in Burkina Faso, they cannot be tried in Ghanaian court. They are subject only to US law. To the AES, this is a violation of sovereignty. They see it as Ghana giving away the keys to African house to someone who lives across the ocean. If you house a snake, don't be surprised when it bites your guest. Is Ghana housing the very snake that the Sahel is trying to unalive? But here is the massive twist that happened just days ago. On February 20, 2026, Ghanaian Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa stood in Ouagadougou and signed a new framework. This pact is about intelligence sharing. The suspense. Fact A. Ghana has a deal to give the US impeded access. Fact B. Ghana signed a deal to share intelligence with Burkina Faso. The question is Ghana the middleman or a double agent? If Ghana gets intelligence from the US drone flying out of Accra, and they give that to Captain Ibrahim Traore, all in all the savior, the protector, then Ghana is the hero of the Sahel. But if Ghana is taking Traore's secrets and handing them back to the West, then we are looking at the biggest betrayer in West Africa. The President John Dramani Mahama gives us beautiful speeches, but hosting military bases on the soil of Africa when we are trying to fight against these same people leaves a lot of people asking so many questions. But it is only time that will tell us the true stand of Ghana. If this is the Kwame Nkrumah Ghana fighting against oppression, or a new version of Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana fighting against the freedom of Africa. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Ghana.